This next story is very sad and close to your heart, Alana, so I'll let you take it away.
So Disney has basically stopped their games division. Disney Infinity's been cancelled, and Avalanche Studios, which is in Salt Lake City, has been closed, which sucks because I was there only like 2 months ago reporting on how they make Disney Infinity toys, and we had on May the 4th a documentary I've been working on for like 2 months go up about how they get Kylo Ren from being concept art with little information from Disney to a toy to being animated, and all of I spoke to so many people in that company who are all awesome people, and that's just closed now, and I kind of feel like they had no idea. So is this a quote from Disney? Do we know?
Yes.
I assume so.
Or
Disney
EA,
said,
probably. No. Wow. Why did I say EA? No, Disney. Sorry.
I don't think it would be EA.
Go. Just move on.
From Disney, they said, after thorough evaluation, we have modified our approach to console gaming and will transition exclusively to a licensing model. This shift in strategy means we will cease production of Disney Infinity, where the lack of growth in the toys-to-life market, coupled with high development costs, has created a challenging business model. This means that we will be shutting down Avalanche, our internal studio that developed the game. This was a difficult decision that we did not take lightly, given the quality of Disney Infinity and its many passionate fans.
Yeah.
So this is crazy because I think everyone was just under the assumption that these toys and this game, and on the strength of Disney's properties and characters, was like a gold mine.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, Disney Infinity were the more popular of the toys to life ones as well. They were outselling Skylanders. They were doing better than Amiibo. So it's like, I don't really understand what went wrong, but obviously it would have really high production costs.
Yeah, I mean, the game itself, I think, has much higher production costs than like a Toys to
multiple
Bob
studios.
Or Toys for Bob Skylanders game.
Yeah.
Just because it's multiple studios, and like those games are so ambitious.
Yeah,
the
they do
Disney
tons
Infinity
of
games.
stuff.
Like they're racing games and action games and open world exploration games and creation tools. And you have these amazing studios like Sumo Digital and Avalanche working on stuff. Ninja Theory is working on combat for the games. And so I feel like the toys were probably selling just fine, especially when they started to have Star Wars toys and Marvel toys.
I mean, I have some of those toys that have never even touched the game.
But they're awesome
just
looking.
because they look cool.
Yeah.
Like, the design is awesome.
Which is similar, like there's a bunch of people here who have a ton of Amiibo on their desk. Like Justin Davis has like every Amiibo, but he never uses them.
Yeah.
He just likes them.
Yeah, because they look cool. And I think the Disney Infinity style was really unique and really cool. And they look so well together because they look like they're really all part of the same line, which is super impressive.
They do such a good job of like mashing Pixar characters with the actors from the Avengers, with Star Wars characters, with Mickey, and making them look uniform.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that makes sense. They exist in the same world, which is insane. But that just shows the high bar of talent that was at Avalanche.
I think one of the quotes that we used in the documentary, which was published, was something along the lines of, we have to make sure it's that character, but it's not that character because it has to be part of the Disney Infinity line. So we take a character, change it so that it doesn't look exact to be uniform with characters from every single one of these things. And they had to like future-proof it so that they could keep doing that.
Yeah.
And through Disney Infinity Original to 3.0, I think that they did a really good job of that.
Yeah.
They all look awesome. And there's a few more characters that they are still bringing out, Finding Nemo and Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
So they're bringing out a few more, but then that's basically going to be it. No more Disney Infinity, no more Disney Infinity toys. But outside of Disney Infinity, I think this also means that licenses are probably going to be bought for basically all of those properties.
What do you mean?
Well, I imagine that we're going to have more people working on Avengers games than there currently are.
Yeah. I mean,
someone is going to buy that.
Yeah, we were talking about that
license.
last week. I don't know if it's on here or on Beyond, of the idea that like since the Avengers movie came out, there really hasn't been a proper MCU video game. Like there have been some mobile games, but nothing like huge and major.
Yeah.
And so I'm curious if we'll ever see that. And there were the rumors recently that Sucker Punch, the infamous developers, might be doing a Spider-Man game that would tie in with the movie. So yeah, I'm really curious of the idea of that. And obviously, like Star Wars, we're still going to get a ton of Star Wars games because EA has already announced 4 of them and has 6 studios working on them.
So that's kind of the thing. Like EA has the license for Star Wars games, but right now nobody really has it for
Marvel.
Avengers.
Yeah.
So that's up in the air now. That's the thing that could happen, and I kind of hope it does because we might see more of that stuff.
Yeah.
But it is still sad to see Disney Infinity go.
Do you think you can license specific things like that, like the Avengers, as opposed to just Marvel MCU type stuff?
I would think yes, because they've done that basically with the films, you know,
I guess they've also done like
X-Men.
Yeah.
there has been like Lego Avengers.
So the
right?
last Lego Avengers game
Yeah.
didn't have the X-Men in it, right?
Yes.
Like there was no Wolverine or anyone.
Yeah.
It was like characters that Marvel and
Wait.
Disney own.
They
Yeah.
did have a lot of characters.
Yeah, but it didn't have any. It didn't have the Fantastic Four. It didn't have X-Men.
I'm
Like,
pretty sure that you're right, but I'm not positive of that.
Yeah,
I want to fact
I
check,
think.
but I think you're right.
Yeah.
I don't remember though because there were tons of them.
Yeah.
But I feel like the way that works with the movies will be the way that it could end up
Mm-hmm.
working with games.
This also makes me curious to see that obviously there have been Marvel and Star Wars Lego games before, and so the idea of can Marvel and Star Wars now enter Lego Dimensions? If Lego Dimensions is gonna stick
Ooh.
around in the Toys to Life genre,
Probably, right?
yeah. But this is also like we've said, Disney Infinity were the best-selling Toys to Life
Yep.
toys, and so is this indicative of?
Even with like Skylanders and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, but especially I think Skylanders has dipped.
Yes. So it's the thing I was going to say that I think was off the record, but
Probably shouldn't say that then.
Skylanders I know is selling well, but yeah, definitely never as well as Disney Infinity.
Yeah.
So part of that is why it's so confusing. Is that
Yeah.
like what is Disney standard for it? Like,
I mean, they must have
it's just
said.
not
I
good
mean, they
enough.
did say high development costs. So I wonder if like Skylanders or some of these
Skylanders
other
definitely wouldn't be as expensive.
yeah, like I wonder if they figured out a way to cut the cost on the front end of it.
The games aren't as ambitious as the
Yeah,
the
I,
biggest
I think that's the thing is
And I
like
love
Disney
Skylanders.
Infinity was almost too ambitious for its own good. Like it could have been a very
And
simple.
it did so many things so well that it almost screwed up in marketing how well it did those things.
Yeah.
Like, there was so many different components. There was like, you know, we've already listed all the different things that you could do, creation tools, racing games, fighting games, but they never really marketed that package very well because there was too much of it, I think. It
Yeah.
was like, where do we begin on marketing all
Yeah.
of the things that this can do?
Yeah, I mean, we played the when the newest line of Marvel toys came out. We played that mode that felt like
Marvel Battlegrounds.
Yeah, and it
That
felt
was
like
awesome.
Power Stone or like Smash Bros.
It was really, really,
Yeah.
really good. And I never saw them really advertise that very heavily either.
I guess that is kind of the silver lining is that while this does suck, I guess it does give other developers and publishers an opportunity to make cool stuff and other game types with these characters.
Yeah.
Right? Like I've always
Yeah.
wondered, like, where's the Marvel MOBA?
Yeah,
Like MOBAs are huge right now. It would be awesome to see Thor fighting against Spider-Man, fighting
Did we
against
never-
Cap, fighting against all the
Yeah,
other different
'cause-
heroes.
That would be
I guess
You
we
know?
had we had the DC one that I think failed, Infinite Crisis, and then there's a Marvel. It's the game Anthony Gallegos works on. It's like Marvel. It's like Diablo.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not like a MOBA, but
Marvel Heroes, I
Marvel
think is what it's
Heroes. Yeah.
called.
Also to note, since a lot of people were getting confused, there are two different avalanches. This is the avalanche in America
Yeah.
that worked on Disney Infinity, not the avalanche in Sweden that made Just Cause.
So I think the
and
difference
Max
is
Payne.
this one is
Or
the Disney
Max-
Infinity one
yeah, Max.
is Avalanche Software. The other one is Avalanche Studios. I'm pretty sure is the only
Oh,
difference.
that's very confusing.
Yep.
Yes, so always a bummer to see so many hardworking, talented folks out of a job. Our best wishes go to them. And honestly, the silver lining here is that when a studio like Irrational closed down or let go of most of the people, it was a huge bummer. But from that, a year or two later, all of that talent spread across the industry.
That's what I'm hoping
and they were at AAA studios and they formed indie studios. And so hopefully a year or two from now, we have all these creative people working on a ton of super rad projects.